Hello everybody, Task01 here. Welcome back to Dokie Literature Club. It's cold. Still. It's a new day. Evening. Time. I'm cold. Anywho. Yuri remained silent for a moment. Well, why? But Albert. Yes? That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Well, excuse me. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't really know you were, self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. No! No, my poems are bad. I can't show my poems. They're terrible. Why, Monica? Why do you do this? We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, sparred from finishing her thought. Sparred? Spared. Words. Well, I guess we lost our confession time. Thanks, Monica. You just blocked us. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you hadn't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Thanks. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have much of a preference either way. Let's read it together, and we can share the experience and be close. And I turn one page, and you do the other thing. What awfully close this early. Oh well. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. That's a lot to ask me! Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. It's called a bookmark. Just do something. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? No. No. Yeah. My relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? No. I can't wait. My lighting looks a little off. That's because my lights are off. Well. Let there be lights. I think that's much better. Whoops. There goes that. I can't wait. You're so peppy, Sayuri. Sayori, not Yuri. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loosely torn from a spiral notebook. Okay. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. What have I gotten myself into? Whoa! Who should I show a poem first? I wrote it for Yuri. So, do we save Yuri for last? Or do we just get it over with? I'm trying to impress her. No, I already did that. Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. Even though I wrote it explicitly for her. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional! I just picked up, like, random words. How does poem work? What was that? Did I say that out loud? What are you so embarrassed about? I'm the one who wrote it. You're just reading it. Rhea first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. What the hell did I write? He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What? What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? None! Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. I just joined this club. That was my first assignment. What? I'm so confused. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly and then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. Okay. It's just that there's a specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they forfeit the word together. They forfeit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. She said it was exceptional. She's totally BSing me, and I'm buying into this. Ugh. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into even writing a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. Okay, it's fine. Everyone has a bias. I guess there's nothing you want to talk about? Okay. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if, do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do! I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Let me read it first. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, this isn't supposed... After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Whoa, hey, whoa. Oh, we actually get to do a thing. Click outside. Oh, okay. Ghosts under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Okay, so we're talking about streetlights. Cool. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking about that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Because I was actually reading it. Well, I just don't read script very often. I usually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. It was about streetlights. Even though it was short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Albert. Really? You couldn't fool me, because that was the title, even though there was no mention of a ghost. I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn. That's a more solemn way of putting it that way. Blah. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Maybe. We can have a study session after school sometime, maybe? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Albert. Me too. Oh, okay, so we get to go through each one. Cool. Sure, we'll save Monica for last, because she's out of our league, apparently. ... Actually, we're out of time for this episode, really, to continue Sayori, so thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye!